real cases before a real judge.
Plaintiff Tanisha Taylor admits that she had anger problems and her violent temper landed her in prison. But she has since changed her ways. Tanisha's suing because she claims the defendant hit her car while driving drunk. Defendant Shemica Williams insists the accident was not her fault. And after the accident, Tanisha started harassing her on social media. So she's countersuing.
All rise. This court is now in session. The Honorable Judge Greg Mathis presiding. You may now be seated.
Start with you, man.
Well, I come from a real good background, real good neighborhood, real good family. I'm asking for help today because I'm real hands-on. I get real physical. When something don't go my way, I get even, I get ignorant. So I'm trying to not go back to
And that's how you were trained by your good household?
No, that's just...
your good community,
no,
in your good neighborhood, and your good stock? That's what they all train you to do?
No, that's why I'm trying to change my ways.
Oh, you rebelled? You were different from everybody?
Yeah, but that was the old me. And
I know. You were different from the other family members?
Yeah, a little different.
Okay. All
Yes.
right.
So I'm trying to change by bringing her to court today.
And what would you have done in the past, or what did you do in the past?
Oh,
What
in
were
the
you
past, let's say 2007, I was staying with a friend. I left her house and tried to get my clothes. She wouldn't give me my clothes. I went to her house where she was not at, but I went into her house, broke into her house. I clogged up all the sinks, left the water on, poured bleach everywhere, until she told me where my clothes was at, which was gone. They was in the dumpster. I left her house and we physically got into a fight, which I won. And that was the end of that. But I'm trying to stay away from going back to bad habits and bad ways. I've been in prison for doing bad things, so I don't want to go.
You did that most of your life? You were
in my early 20s.
You were violent most of your life?
Yeah, in my early 20s.
Okay, and did the good stock and the great neighborhood and all that, did they take you for counseling?
Nah, I wasn't that violent. I wasn't crazy
Let me have
violent.
a talk with them. Give me a call so I can make sure
I was just more hands-on. Like, you know, I was there in the situation.
What?
It was going to always go my way.
What?
The situation was going to always go my way.
Why didn't they take you to counseling?
I didn't want to do that. I want to deal
You're
with it
up
my
to
own
you.
way.
You're a child.
I want to deal with it my own way.
Did they try?
Yeah, they tried.
And what happened?
I didn't want to go.
All right, and then you just said no.
Somewhat like that, yeah.
And what age did they try?
My teenage years,
Okay.
where I was more physical.
And that's when you started being violent in your teenage years?
Yeah, you could say that, yes.
All right, so what happened to you in your teenage years all the way up until now with regard to your violence?
Well, I went to prison.
Okay.
At the age of 24, I went to prison. I came home and started thinking different. So they got my mind a little different.
What'd you go to prison for? That incident in 07?
Nah.
Something else violent?
Something else. It was violent.
Okay. All right, and you don't think there's something wrong that you need help with?
No, I'm better now.
How old are you?
I'm 29.
How old are you when you got out of prison?
26.
Okay, so 3 years you've been all right?
Yeah.
I think all your violence is gone. You'll never do anything else.
Yeah, I've been great. I've been trying to take people to court and go the easy way.
Okay. All right. If you think you healed in 3 years after
Yeah, absolutely.
20-some-odd years of violence, good luck to you. All right. And you give me some background, ma'am.
Well, I'm a mother, a 16-year-old. I'm a big sister. I grew up being a leader and a protector to my big sisters while I watched my mother and my grandmother overcome struggles. My grandmother was in a wheelchair, paralyzed from the waist down. My mother overcame drug addictions. She's overcame that. She's a great role model and mother to other people around her.
Good.
In 2019, I started a small business called Mika Mori Accessories to show my daughter that no matter what, you never give up. You can do whatever you want to and put your mind to as long as you stay focused. I was a single mother in my 20s. I got married. I've been married for 8 years. I've been with my husband for 11 years. I'm a peaceful person. I'm not violent, never been in jail, never been in trouble. I just like to handle things the right way, try to follow the rules.
I'm glad to hear you kind of acknowledging the challenges of life for most people and how you all have overcome that. So congratulations to you. So tell me about the car you're suing for. What happened?
I'm suing for the damages of my vehicle that happened April the 4th for 2021.
Tell me what
That left
occurred.
my car totaled, and damages of my car was $17,000, which was left it to be totaled out.
Okay.
I'm asking for damages in my car, which is $5,000.
All right. And it was her fault?
Yes.
All right. Tell me what happened.
April the 4th, around 2, 3 o'clock in the morning, I was leaving the club. I left the club. I pulled over on the side of the street.
Why?
Because I had to fix myself.
Pardon me?
I had to fix myself.
I don't understand what you're saying.
I had to use the restroom. That's what I had to do.
Oh, you got out of the car and went?
Yeah, and used the restroom.
You left your car and to go and use the
Yes,
restroom.
I came back to my car. I'm sitting in my car. I was in my car for maybe 3 or 4 minutes. As I'm sitting in my car, smack, hit my car. Our airbags came from all sides, the front, side window, so my window was covered. I never saw what happened, how the impact happened. My friend was in the car. She got out the car and she was screaming. My ears was ringing, so I never got to make out what she was screaming. She was screaming that the car on the side of me flipped over. So I'm thinking, I'm like, is the car on fire? She said no. So I never got to see the car, the color of the car, my car, her. I never got to see anything. I left in a stretcher, went to the hospital. I didn't know who hit my car, what color car it was. I didn't know anything about the incident until I went on Facebook the next morning. And I saw a picture of my vehicle and her car and the description that she put above the post.
What was she saying? What did she say?
Above the post, she deactivated her page, so I never got the screenshot. But above her post, she was just acknowledging that she was drunk, she got into an accident, she okay. She never acknowledged.
She was drunk. She said she was drunk.
She said, I was drunk.
I was
if I'm not
drunk and I
mistaken.
got in an accident.
She got into an accident a little more. But she never acknowledged the black car. She never acknowledged the person being okay. Are they hurt? Is there anything I can do? She never reached out and said anything about the black car. So when I saw the post, I found out who it was. Now I know who hit my car.
You didn't take a picture of the post to bring it to use it as evidence.
I didn't know that she was
totaled your car.
Didn't know that she was going to deactivate her page 20 minutes later. So no, I did
You didn't
not.
think what?
She was going to deactivate her page.
Well, you were going to do it later. You were going to take the picture later.
Yes. I didn't think it was going. At that time, it was right there then. I didn't think she was going to be ignorant about
In
it.
the future, let me give you a little advice.
Yeah, absolutely.
If someone admits to a crime that they've committed against you, get that evidence as soon as you can.
Well, it's a mission in the police report. I didn't need her to tell me that she did it. I knew who did it.
Oh, well, let's see.
I
The
just
police
didn't have
said
a-
that? Then why are we
Yes,
in the police? Was she arrested?
No,
Why?
I don't know.
Drunk driving? You should have insisted.
I
She
was
drunk
I
driving.
was taken from the car to the hospital.
I know afterwards. You still
Yeah,
can.
I didn't
You
ever
still
see the
can.
officer.
You still can.
Yeah.
It's not too late. When a drunk driver totals your car, they're supposed to go to jail.
Absolutely.
Right. So
Evidently, the officer didn't test her. I don't know what happened at the scene. I left the scene.
you
within
don't have
2
to
seconds.
test her. She admitted it.
Yeah.
And the officer said it.
I wasn't
remember?
able to get that screenshot.
Pardon me?
I wasn't able to get
But you
that.
said the police put it in. I want you to read in the police report where they said she was drunk.
No, it didn't say that.
Oh,
It said on the post, on the Facebook post.
No, we talking about the
that she was
police.
drunk.
What did the police report
He didn't say
say?
that she was drunk.
Okay,
He said
why
he seen
why
the
you brought that
accident.
up to say what?
That was on the post. That's how I
No,
found
you
out who
brought
she
the
was.
police up to say what?
That he seen the whole thing happen.
Okay, and let me hear from you, ma'am. She's getting combative. Her temper about to go off.
I usually don't go out because I'm 37 and I got other stuff that I like to do. I'd rather go to the bar. Actually, I dropped my friends off to their car and the police had a street blocked off, so I detoured to go home.
Let me look for this police report. You told me to look at the police report. First you said she was drunk, yet you have no evidence. You said it was posted, but it went away before you could take a picture. And you said, look at the police report. Let me hear from you, ma'am, and what's your counterclaim for?
For $3,500 for harassment.
What did she do to you?
2 days after the accident, she started inboxing me. She even made a Facebook post, which show should I take her to so they can call her a crackhead.
How's that
I have a
harassment?
small business. That's how I promote my business right now. I don't have a website due to COVID. And I just felt like that was very disrespectful. We both could have lost our lives that night. I'm not saying that I'm all to blame because Tanisha was, as it states on the police report that she has, she was parked in a no parking zone.
Is that your only claim for?
Yes.
Is emotional distress? Yeah, I don't think that rises to the amount. Basically, she was saying she was going to sue you, and she said she was going to call you a crackhead when she got here. It's not harassment. She's just telling people that's what she's going to do.
Well, it was more than that, Your Honor. She
what I
also
need you to say.
inboxed. She also inboxed my sister asking for my information. She actually took a Facebook post, my picture off my car. She saw the post, but she took the picture of my car off and made a post telling me to right my wrongs. We have over 300 mutual friends. She went to school with my sisters. She doesn't know me personally. So I don't understand
Anything
what all
else
that
you
was
want
for.
$3,500 for? You just told me that what she did this time is talking about righting your wrong, and that's exactly what she should have said. Anything else you want $3,500 for? All right. So I'm going to send you both back home. And I know you don't think you did anything, but the police do. The police do. They say you were illegally parked in a no parking zone. Illegal.
I beat that. I was not, but okay.
Yeah, right. Show me where you beat it. It's like,
It
show me where
is.
that post is. Have a good day. Your claim is dismissed. Have a good day.
I'm just glad this is over with. I could put this behind me.
Plaintiff Jennifer Dennis dated the defendant, but she claims on his birthday, he ghosted her, and she caught him at a bar with another woman. Jennifer suing her ex today for the balance due on a loan. Defendant Frank Cecilio admits that while dating Jennifer, he had feelings for another woman, but he insists Jennifer knew that.
Start with you.
Well, I'm here today, Your Honor, because I feel like I've been used and ghosted by Frank. You know, go back to his ex-girlfriend or any other woman. We met each other through a mutual friend, and in August of 2020 started going out, and I asked him to take it slow. He was a great gentleman and listened to what I had to say, and everything was going great. We were really comfortable with each other. I confided in him like I've never confided in somebody else, and told him things that no one else ever knew. And he actually confided in me that he was in anger management classes and explained the whole situation. And on his birthday, on September 16th, he disappeared. I waited for him at his local bar, and everyone was asking me where he was, and I didn't know. He wasn't responding to me at all. So I went to another bar where a friend of mine was, and I walked in there, and there was Frank with another woman. So we went back and forth for a while and finally broke up in February officially. But in September 10th, he asked to borrow money, and I loaned him the $650.
September 10 of 20, obviously.
Yes, 2020.
Then you broke up about 6 months later, it appears.
Finally,
February.
yeah. 6 days later, he disappeared on me for his ex-girlfriend.
And what did he tell you about the ex-girlfriend or him going back?
Well, he said he had feelings for her, and I appreciated that. And then apparently they didn't work out, so we ended up going back out again.
Okay, and why did you break up the last time then?
I don't know. He just unfriended me and blocked me on Facebook. I have no idea.
Put another disappearing act? This is the second time he disappeared?
Or third.
Okay. All right, sir, you want to give me some background? If you say you're the invisible man from time to time, what do you say?
When Jennifer and I met through the mutual friend, well, we had a great time. It has nothing to do with Jennifer. You know, I mean, we always had a blast when we were together. The problem was that it felt like she was moving quicker than I was. And I wasn't ready for that at the moment. And I still had the other feelings, and I wasn't sure which way to go. And I didn't think it was fair to her or myself or the other person to be involved with both of them at the same time. And I gave it some thought, and I made a decision. And it wasn't Jennifer. And again, Jennifer had nothing to do with you.
Okay. She said you were too much of a coward to tell her, though.
No.
You told
No,
her? You told her each time?
No.
Why didn't you tell her 3 different times?
I don't recall 3 different times, but.
How many? How many you recall?
I don't know. I don't count them. I'm keep a pad of paper with me, Judge, to be honest.
Okay, so he doesn't recall. He doesn't recall any of these, ma'am.
Not
I didn't
any
say I
of
didn't
them.
recall any of them.
How many
Really?
do you recall? How many?
You
One,
don't
maybe
remember your
2.
birthday?
I don't recall 3. But
Okay, 2 then.
I might be wrong, but again, I don't. There's a lot of other stuff that's transpired since then. That
How many do you recall?
probably 2 of them.
You ran off on her twice without explanation.
Yeah.
And she wants to know, why were you so cowardly?
It wasn't that I was cowardly. I didn't want to hurt her. Either way, I was going to hurt her,
Oh, really?
and I didn't want that.
You think it hurt?
That wasn't an intention.
Okay, you think it hurt less by blocking her and not giving her any reasonable explanation, or not even giving her the dignity of an explanation? You thought it would hurt less?
Obviously, I didn't think about it enough.
You didn't care enough, obviously. Man, why you give this man your money and he didn't care nothing about you?
Well, I didn't know that at the time.
Okay, well, you need to know before you give me your money.
True. However, everything was going great, and I really believed he would pay me back.
All right, but no, then you went back
Which
to
I
him.
intended to.
Yes.
That's what I'm saying. You got to come
Yeah,
back.
I know.
All right.
Oh, I know. I know now.
Okay. My point is, he didn't care. He ghosted you in, came back without a reasonable explanation, ghosted you again, don't have an explanation, just blocked you. So, yeah, that first time would
I
have
have
been enough.
no idea the second time why at all.
Okay. All right. Well, he's telling you why. He said he would have hurt you. He didn't want to tell you because it would hurt your feelings. All right.
anyway.
We discussed it more than once, Jen.
Not this last time. Talking to me 1 minute, next minute I'm blocked on Facebook. So I have no idea why.
Why'd you block her?
I just didn't want to draw it out and have it continue to be something that was a sore thing for her or I.
Well, that didn't work.
Draw it. How
It's been drawn out so much so that she has sued you, when you might have been able to diffuse it just by talking to her and trying to reason with her. All right. And the $450 loan, what do you say to that? When was he supposed to repay it, ma'am, once again?
October 30th.
Now, when that loan was given, October I blew my knee out. November I was in a motorcycle accident. I was in ICU for a week and a half and in bed for a week and a half when I got out.
Who cares? You care? Do you care?
No. I did, but I mean.
Oh, you still being a sucker, huh?
I
This
know.
man telling you you don't deserve the dignity of an explanation. He didn't feel you deserved the dignity of an explanation. And you talking about, oh, you fell off your bike, or whatever it is you say happened to you. Who cares? I care about her feelings. So $450 is your judgment. Hopefully you'll learn a lesson here and give money only when you're convinced that a man cares about you. All right, have a good day.
Thank you.
Nothing was personal, Jen. I didn't mean anything against you.
Yeah, but why'd you block me? I mean, you told me you're friends with all of your exes.
I am.
Not me.
I don't want to be
you
enemies
block them
with
on
you.
Facebook? No. Right?
I don't want to be enemies with you. By any means.
Then why'd you block me?
Because I didn't
No
want the drama. I didn't want any
explanation,
problems.
Oh, screw you, Jen. Again.
We did talk last time.
Check your phone. Look at the text.
Check my phone.
No, you blocked me. At the very end, you just blocked me after you were talking to me. Got me. I have no idea why.
Plaintiff Robert Ragland says the defendant is his half-sister, and he claims before his father passed away, she forged his will and then stole Robert's property, so he's suing. Defendant Perlina Story loves Robert, but she claims he's been a crack addict for years. Perlina is countersuing for cleaning fees and emotional distress.
Start with you, sir.
Hi, It all starts from my sister forging a will. So what I did was I contested the will. And what she did was went into the property and got out all the evidence of my father's last will and testaments on cell phones and other things. What she didn't do was inform me that she was coming on the property, that she was coming in the property, or anything of that nature of removing my property. So that's a violation of Pennsylvania. I'm unlettered in arts and science of law, but that's a violation of Pennsylvania state statute law of any real estate, that you just can't go into a person's property and take anything, or just go into a person's property without them being there. Me and my sister used to be very close, but after my father passed away, and
when did he pass?
He passed 5 years ago.
Okay, and the will was never settled for 5 years?
Yes, he had a will, and what she did was change the will. And when I said that I was contesting the will, she said that you're going to be in trouble because you signed the will as him.
After you contested the will, what was the conclusion?
The conclusion was that I didn't do it in a timely manner.
Then did that leave you with ownership of the property?
It was my father's property,
right.
And she's not his child. And
counselor, you coming here quoting the law. So we're talking law now.
Yes, sir.
So the property was not left to you? The will did not conclude that the property was yours?
The will concluded that the property was separated between all
Not
the children.
yours, that's the question, not yours.
No, not only mine, no.
Okay, and when it was validated and your challenge was dismissed, who was left with ownership of the property in question?
No one. Stayed the same. Everybody had equal rights, but me. I had a little bit more because my other brother stepped out.
So that's not equal. That's not equal. You had more rights than how many others?
5 or 6. I don't know.
5 or 6. So you did all this quoting of the law, all these facts and details, and you don't even know how many people the will is split amongst. Let me hear from you, ma'am.
This is my brother, and I love him dearly. And the problem that I had is that, he's been on crack. He was addicted to crack. I don't know if he's still addicted or not.
How long was he on crack?
He was on crack while in 2015 when my father died. He saved my stepfather, but my stepfather raised me since I was 1 year old.
He was on crack when your dad died?
Yes.
Okay.
I was there taking care of him. I'm a nurse, and I'm a practical nurse licensed to give medication and things like that. Now, the thing about it is that my father left a will, and he decided to change the will. He was leaving the will to his adopted children, to which he adopted. He decided to change the will and leave it to all his children. That means the adopted children and me and my brothers included. Now, what had happened is he made me administrator of the property. He told me, do not let my brothers bully me. But this one here, Robert, he's been bullying me. He made the house a crack house. He wouldn't let nobody come in there to insure the house. He wouldn't let nobody come in there and inspect the house. We were supposed to sell the house and divide the money equally if we get a good buyer and if we all decide to sell the house. Now, all I'm doing, the administrator, all they do is oversee and make sure that the taxes is paid, the property's upkeep is done, and things like that. I used all my money, the money that was given to us in the will, like it was $2,300.
She's not telling the truth. She took the rent money. She's never put any money into the house. And I put all my money in the house. I had the roof fixed on the house.
Okay.
I have a witness here beside me.
Hold on, sir. Take it easy. My God, you.
Okay.
Are you all right today? When was the last time you knew him smoking crack?
I don't smoke crack.
I'm talking to her, sir.
My clean date is 8/18.
Sir, I'm talking to her. You sound like you on crack right now. Don't be a crack. Don't act like a crackhead, sir. Don't act like that. She said you've been on crack. I'm trying to. He's not on crack anymore, is he? Man.
I really don't know. I haven't.
When's the last time you known of him to use crack?
In September of 2020.
How do you come into that knowledge?
Thank you.
Because most people that act with logical and they make good decisions.
Okay.
He put me in jail. He put me in jail in 2020. He lied to the courts saying that I had threatened him.
What would you like to say, sir?
I would like to say I have evidence of her taking it. She got arrested while she was there taking property by the police.
What property did she take?
She took motorcycle parts. She took tools. She took TV. She took appliances. She took everything, even down to pictures. I have.
And you listed that on the police report?
Yes. Exhibit.
Where is your police report? Which one is it?
Exhibit 16, page 16. Could you look at that?
And what happened? Did you charge her with larceny?
No, they said that I couldn't. I went to the DA's office and they said I couldn't because she was my sister.
Sir, listen to me carefully.
Yes.
Do you have a police report listing the items that you claim she stole from you?
No.
Why?
Continues to lie.
Why?
Why I don't have a police report listing?
Yes.
Because, again, like I said, I made a police report. They said go to the local magistrate. I went to the local magistrate. Local magistrate said...
Did they give you a police report? You said you made one. Why didn't you get a copy?
Because she's related to me. They didn't do the police report. What they did is arrested her.
So you didn't get a police report done?
No.
They arrested a person they arrested a person, kept that person, counselor, and never gave a report, huh, counselor?
No, because they arrested her on a PFA. They arrested her on the property.
Okay, so they didn't arrest her for stealing from you?
No.
Why? Why? She stole a lot from you. She stole $5,000. Why didn't you call the police on her?
Okay, I did call the police on her. She's also a crackhead.
What happened when you called and said he stole my property? What happened?
Why are you lying?
She stole my property. What happened?
May I answer, Your Honor?
Oh, you can answer my question. Why didn't you call them and say, hey, police, I have someone stole my property. Will you come right away? Or go to them later, or go to the station. I have to report a break-in at my home. I believe she came in and she stole all the things you're telling me today. Okay, well, I just want to make that report. Okay, will you look into it, officers? Will you look into it and get back? They don't get back, you call them. What, did you ever find out anything? No, we never looked into it. Would you look into it and get back? How much of that did you do?
All of it.
You did?
Yes.
Okay, show me a report. Counselor.
Why, you keep asking
they give you reports, counselor. They give you reports when you do all of that. You said all of it. I said 3 different things, and you said you did all of it. And so now you've killed your credibility, counselor. I think you're a poor, fake lawyer. He been a crackhead, been to jail before? He been in jail before?
He's been in jail a lot.
That's why he coming here trying to quote the law, the wrong part of the law. Coming here quoting crackhead law, then you might know what you're talking about. That's what you've been to jail for. You don't know nothing about probate law. You know about crackhead law. Now, I'll go with you on that. Anything on crackhead law, you might have me beat. Go ahead, ma'am. Let's get to your counterclaim, emotional distress and your cleaning fees. And anything else you want to tell me about this?
Your Honor, I love my brother. That's my baby brother. I have never stole anything to him. I have never abused him. I sent him to Las Vegas to get married, paid for his plane ticket. I have always took care of him. I mean, he is my brother. I die for him. I mean, I don't know what's wrong with him except that he used crack so long that he's illusionary or something like that. But he has taken property that belongs to everybody, and I don't want a part of it. I just want to make sure that my father's wishes is continued, that everything is taken care of the way he told me to take care of it. But he wants to take away everything from everybody. The siblings that my father adopted, he done bullied them so much they are out of the picture. I have a sister. He has a sister. I have a sister in Georgia. She don't want no part of the property. I don't want no property. All I'm trying to do is upkeep the property and do what my father told me to do. All
And
he's
she
trying to
did
do
nothing
is
to
make
upkeep the
sure
property.
that nobody
I'm the
touches
one that put the work in the property.
Only
put the
him.
roof on,
And I showed
everything.
pictures.
I'm the one to do the
exhibit-
plumbing in the property.
If you,
She has
Your
done
Honor,
nothing
if
to
you
the
look
property,
at
but took the
exhibit,
money to the casino.
I'm not going to be able to
18
do
where he
anything.
say-
We got to let him talk the crack out. Go ahead. We got to let him talk.
Okay.
When people are doing that,
Now-
you got to let him talk it out. We don't have to pay him any attention, but just let him talk the crack out, and so that we can then resume. Go ahead.
Okay. As far as all the allegations, she broke into my house and she took my stuff.
And if you,
She had my,
Ma'am, let him talk it out.
and she had my dog put in the animal control. I had to go bail the dog out. And that's about it, Your Honor.
Okay.
It seems
now,
like
let's get on back. You say you haven't stolen his property, and he has no evidence that you stole his property, even though he tried all 3 police alternatives I stated people take out. Say he did them all, and nothing happened.
Excuse me.
So nobody.
Excuse me. I
If you
did
look on page-
try
if you look
all
on
3.
page
So,
19
I went to the.
on
I called the
page-
police.
What page?
If you look on page
I called the
19, you'll
police.
see
Page
the
19.
bike
I
in the
went to the
kitchen.
magistrate. I put it
if you look
what
on page
happened on page
18,
19? But he must take a
then-
hit every time I turn to you. He must turn and go,
Again.
because then he comes back talking crazy again after I've given him a chance. Then I turn to you. Then while I'm talking to you, he starts interrupting all fast again. That sounds like somebody that takes a hit in between. Go ahead.
There's one off to the side.
He's gonna talk
should
to her
ask
now.
you to help me. On page 19, you'll see a motorcycle in the kitchen. It's still in the kitchen. On page
Ma'am,
18,
I
he
advise
says
you,
he
I advise
fixed
you,
the
I
roof.
advise you to let him prove his case and you not try
It
to
is-
disprove his case. That's my advice to you. Is to let him prove his case. And he has 0 evidence today, and every bit of his testimony has been contradictory and wrong and dishonest. So far, I hear nothing that I think is in dispute here today and that I rely on from any of his testimony or from any document he has directed me to. I have no reason to believe or rely. So he's suing you. He has to prove it. So far, he's proven 0. So let me find out what you want your money for in your claim. And then you have to prove your claim. Your counterclaim, that's where we were, is for emotional distress and cleaning fees. Tell me about that.
On page 16, you'll see receipts for cleaning supplies. Page 17.
Tell me how he owes you, though.
is-
Why does he owe you?
Why do he owe me? Because I was up there fixing up my father's property so that we can get in the tax so that I can move people in there so he would have an income and all my other brothers would have an income or something out of the rental. But he would not let me finish, and I lost my money. I did this here twice, painted the house and got things together.
Wasn't
and
he staying there?
No. He was staying he stays in Duquesne, PA.
Well, how did he become responsible for the cleaning?
But the reason why he became responsible for the cleaning, he stopped me from emptying out the house. He's the one that messed up the house. If you look at
No. You say he stopped you. I'm asking you, how did he stop you?
He stopped me when he stopped the workers from working on the house.
Tell me what happened. Describe.
He came over there, made them leave, and the workers was his nephew and his great nephew.
I called the police about them taking my property.
Go ahead. And so what about the clean? How does that equal he owes you for a cleaning fee? He stopped them, you paid them, you paid your nephew to do it?
Okay, he owes me for the cleaning fee because he's the one that tore up the house. If you look on page 18.
No, I'm not looking at anything. You have to answer my questions.
Okay.
And then I'll ask you for what evidence I want to see. You're not answering very basic questions.
Okay.
He stopped you and he owes you because you put up money to have it done?
Yes, I put up my
Who did you
own
give
money.
the money to?
I gave the money to the workers.
Your nephew?
Yes, my nephew, my great nephew.
All right, and they didn't do the work.
They did do the work. I still had to pay them. I still had to pay for the dumpsters. So I was.
So they did the work.
They did part of it because he stopped it. He stopped it and put me in jail.
Okay, what part did he stop?
I'm sorry. What had happened is that the house was filled with feces, dog feces, a lot of debris and everything else. It's just dirty. I mean, really, you can't even walk in there. It's just filthy. And
Ma'am, let me move on. You said he did not stay there. Isn't that what you told me? Didn't you just tell me he didn't stay there?
But
so how are you associating him with all the feces, all this other stuff? He didn't live there. That's what you told me.
Okay, he lived there to create
all
that.
Now he did. Now he did live there. Your emotional distress is for what? You don't want to address the emotional distress either? You're not going to address the emotional distress? How did he cause you emotional distress?
The emotional distress is because I had to keep coming back there, hating, cleaning out the house, not once, but a couple of times. He didn't live there,
so what did he have to do with it? Have a good day. Your claims are dismissed. Nope, neither one have proved your case. That's all. In court, you have to prove your case, and neither one of you have. Have a good day.